সুপ্রিয় দর্শক, বিরতির পর আপনাদের সবাইকে আবারও আমন্ত্রণ কমিউনিটি ম্যাটার্সে। আজকে আমরা কথা বলছি ইউকে জেনারেল ইলেকশন 2019 এই টপিকে, এবং এই টপিকে কথা বলার জন্য আমার সাথে আজকে উপস্থিত আছেন আমার হাতের সর্ববাম পাশে জনাব শামিক ঘোষ, ইনভেস্টমেন্ট ব্যাংকার। তারপরে উপস্থিত আছেন জনাব দিনার হোসেন, অ্যাডভাইজার ইয়াং পিপল সার্ভিসেস। আমার হাতের সব কাছের বামে উপস্থিত আছেন মোহাম্মদ আব্দুল ওদুদ, রেজিস্ট্রি সার্ভিসেস, রয়্যাল কলেজ অফ আর্টস। আপনাদের তিনজনকে অনেক অনেক ধন্যবাদ আজকে আমাদের সাথে কমিউনিটি ম্যাটার্সে জয়েন করার জন্য এবং প্যাশনেটলি বিভিন্ন ইস্যু নিয়ে কথা বলার জন্য। ইনিশিয়ালি উই স্টার্টেড উইথ ব্রেক্সিট and then I asked you what would be the next important topic for you. Mr. Shamik Ghosh, you said NHS. Mr. Dinar Hussain, you said education. What would be the next topic for you? What would be the most important if you are a neutral voter after Brexit? Let's say Brexit is your number one priority because we are here because of Brexit. What would be your second most important issue?
Economy would be my second option.
Economy.
Second issue, sure. I think economy dictate other policies.
Right. Okay. Thank you very much. And it's good to have an investment banker and other. I'm sure both of you are also expert on that particular aspect as well. Mr. Shamik Ghosh, if I come back to you, you said NHS would be your second priority. Why do you think NHS should be the second priority?
And during the break, I was actually also reflecting on what Mr. Dinar said, and he said education. And I think in this particular election, if I look at Jeremy Corbyn and Boris Johnson's, each of their manifesto, there's a clear choice as I see between them. Jeremy Corbyn's manifesto says we will need to raise tax. He claims only the top 5% of the electorate. And against raising these tax, Jeremy Corbyn is going to put in a lot of money into society matters, police, NHS, education, so on and so forth. Against that, you have got Boris Johnson, and his pitch to voters is, I'm not going to raise tax, but against that, he's probably not going to be able to invest as much as Jeremy Corbyn has claimed on various social issues. Now, if I go to the IFS, the Institute of Fiscal Studies, it's interesting the comment they have made. And in a very short summary, what IFS says about Labour's policy is, given the spending they have committed to, it's highly likely that the tax burden will probably go beyond the top 5%.
Right. So it's not just top 5% will be impacted.
Yes. And on the other side, for Boris Johnson's manifesto, IFS has said, given that he has committed to no tax increases, it's highly likely that austerity is going to continue.
Right. Thank you so much. We have a caller waiting online.
Sure.
Let's take that caller and then we'll come back to you. Assalamu alaikum caller, আপনার পরিচয় দিয়ে দয়া করে আপনার প্রশ্নটি করুন।
ওয়ালাইকুম আসসালাম।
ভালো আছেন?
আমি বাঙালি আমি টেলিফোন করলাম যে অনেক একটা প্রোগ্রাম মতন তারা ফাইটিং ইংলিশ পাতো আমরা তো কিছু বুঝি না। আমরা
বাংলায় তো কথা বলছি, বাংলায় কথা বলছি।
আপনার কথা বুঝলাম। তো আমি লেবার সাপোর্ট করি, আমি লেবার।
ঠিক আছে, আপনার কোন রাজনৈতিক দল আপনি সাপোর্ট করেন এটা টিভিতে কল করে বলতে হবে না। আমি I understand your passion for politics, and it is good to get involved in democratic event. It is good to get involved in political matters because at the end of the day it matters. So thank you so much. আপনার কল করে বলা দরকার না, আর আমরা চেষ্টা করব ইংলিশ বাংলা bilingual হওয়ার জন্য so that we can reach out to all of you. Thank you so much for your call. Thank you. Mr. Dinar Hussain, you said education. আপনি বাংলায় বলেন, আমি যেহেতু উনি রিকোয়েস্ট করেছে আমরা।
আমি প্রথমে বলতে চাইছিলাম যে NHS যেটা ভাই বলছে এটা তো অ্যাবসলিউটলি ইম্পর্টেন্ট, বাট ইটস বিন মিসলেড।
এডুকেশনের টার্ম, প্লিজ কাম ব্যাক টু এডুকেশন।
এডুকেশনটা বলতেছি। এডুকেশন যেটা আমি প্রথমে বলছিলাম যে ইট ইজ নট সিন অ্যাজ এ প্রাইভেট গুড, ইট ইজ এ সোশ্যাল গুড। এটা সমাজের পরিবর্তনের জন্য, সমাজের উন্নতির জন্য যেটা শিক্ষার প্রয়োজন। এই শিক্ষাটা লেবার পার্টি দ্য অনলি পার্টি talking about. I'm talking about all different parties.
If I intervene you once again, if you can avoid using that Labour Party is the only party or Conservative is the only party, leave them. We are here to speak on behalf of
I'm
people.
trying to distinguish between all
of course,
the three
of
different
course,
parties.
of course,
Yeah.
of course. But looks like it is going towards one direction. So if you, so what is
Okay.
Labour's
So
policy?
in relation
and
to
whether it has been
in relation to education, Labour policy is starting from preventative agenda to the further education.
Right.
So they are talking about investing into Sure Start children centers. They are talking about in relation to investing in relation to youth service. And if we invest into youth service, then there will be less threshold in the statutory services. What it means, there is a social and economic benefit in the long term. There will be less knife crime on the street. There will be less youth on youth violence on the street. Unfortunately, since 2010, what we have seen in relation to illicit research, we have taken out £1 billion from young people services.
Conservative Party, Conservative, according to their manifesto, they have promised that they will spend 4.3 billion in real terms for school by 2023-24. This is a good thing, isn't
Well, it's interesting you said that, because he started off talking about 14 new hospital, then he talked about 20 refurbishment hospital, then he's gone to 6 new hospital. I like to ask Mr. Boris Johnson, what is right? What is it that you are talking about writing your manifesto?
So you saying that you do not believe in that figure?
Well,
you do not
it's
believe
only
in that
me.
promise?
It's only me. A lot of people talking about himself.
Thank you,
Actually,
thank you.
not able to
I
clear
think-
what is in his manifesto.
Mr.
I think they mentioned that year by year it will be increased.
Right.
I would like to come back to the point of higher education, because I actually
You
come
have been
from
involved
with-
as a
with higher
school leader,
education.
and then in real term,
In real term,
as well.
What actually Labour Party promised, there won't be any tuition fees. They will be abolishing completely and leave them as well. But Conservative Party, they are keeping that option. That they haven't promised about anything.
Right.
So if we compare the three parties, the Labour Party is the party would be the most popular here to the students or the upcoming
We know that Labour Party is quite popular.
among the young
Do you
voters.
think
Yeah.
this is just another empty promises by Labour
Yeah,
Party?
this would
Do you
be.
think they would be able to do that?
I think it would be difficult to implement.
end of the day,
Someone got to pay for the higher education. Nothing is free, as we discussed before. And
Just to say what
Sorry, Mr. Dinar, I will come back to you, please, if you allow him to talk. Sure.
what I would say, back in 1997, I should say, when Tony Blair formed his first government, he actually pledged something, which I clearly remember, that he wanted to see about half the students who leave colleges, they should be in the university.
Right.
By the time he left his office in 2010, or so 2007 I should say, isn't it, 2007, after 10 years, he actually increased that number to 43% from 26%.
Right.
It was only 26 or 27%, but after 10 years, Tony Blair was able to take that percentage to 43%. But what we have, being a university staff, we've got huge number of students ending up having a degree, a lot of graduates.
But that number is not translating into
But
real
now,
work.
no, that is the main fact here.
The retention is
Yeah,
very important.
like a lot of political parties or some of the political parties, they are just playing the games here, I would say,
Right.
just to be more popular among the students, voters, that I will abolish the tuition fees. They're doing politics here, but we have to come up with the real policies that actually, whether universities, colleges, higher education institutions, do they need that many students? Do they need so many graduates in a year? We have to think about that too.
Right.
But Tony Blair wanted to increase to 50%. To me, it's too much, too many graduates. It would be a problem for our country when the graduates do not get the graduate jobs.
Right. And then
They end up doing non-graduate jobs. So.
Right. And in relation to these, whether those numbers are translated into, a high-skilled job, whether there are enough job opportunities being created for
Yes.
all those graduates. How about investing money for particular job sector? Let's say, for example, you have demand for nurses or
Yeah.
doctors. If you spend more
This
money
is
for that,
this is where I think they propose. Tory party is quite clear. They proposed they will be training 50,000 extra nurses, which is a good thing. And
Right.
they also, I think they promised last time.
Considering the aging population
Yes,
of
yes.
UK, do you think that number
It's not enough, but it's better than
Zero.
the previous pledges. They even previously they pledged something that did not keep their promise
It is what we remember,
on nights.
46,000 shortage of nurses.
Sorry, we have a lot of shortage, but
46,000.
so 50,000 nurse. I mean, we should start with something. So
Right.
it's promising.
Right. You also mentioned about economy. You said that you do
Economy.
care passionately about economy.
Yeah.
Because you think there is knock-on effect on
Yeah.
economy, on everything, starting from
Yeah,
NHS
economy,
to health
yeah.
sector, infrastructure,
Yeah.
even to sort out Brexit. Because
Yes.
you don't know what will be the divorce bill from Brussels and whether they will take you to
Yeah.
court. You know, so why you think economy is very important, and particularly how our community, how British Bangladeshi community will be affected by economic manifesto of all those major political parties.
Yeah, as I mentioned, economy actually.
Because consider most of our, most of British Bangladeshi people, they are very much involved with small and medium
Yeah,
enterprise.
yeah.
So who has best to offer for that particular demographic?
Economic policy actually dictates other policies. Like if we don't have enough money, we cannot pay for our student tuition fees. We won't be able to have 50,000 nurses. But what I have done actually, what I've done a little bit research on economy. I do not agree with the Labour parties. What they're proposing, they will be raising the corporation tax.
Right.
We've got, we have to look at other countries in Europe as well as the global players, like what is their corporation tax. But UK is one of the, I would say, lowest corporation tax country. If it is, this will be, if we increase it, our communities will be hurt.
Right.
They will be
British
hit
Bangladeshi
hard.
community,
Yes, yes,
right.
small and medium enterprises, they are like, their corporation as well, so they will be hit hard. But one thing I like, what Labour has proposed, they will be taxing those top earner 5%. Again, it's not just I like or you like, it's we have to balance the book.
But Mr.
Money
Samik
has
said-
to come from
Right,
somewhere.
Definitely, but what Mr. Samik said, that economic expert, they are saying that, the sort of promises Labour Party has made already, if they want to fulfill all those promises, money will not just come for the top 5%, there will be effect on other
But-
people as well.
Yeah, but this is where actually they are quite clear. Like they already mentioned that they want to nationalize a lot of things. Where the money coming from? Like they want to have these, that, where the money come from. For example, I just mentioned that Labour Party said they will be increasing the corporation tax, only 2%. But even though I personally do not agree, but they said it, they mentioned it in their communication. They also mentioned that 5% top earner will be paying more.
Right, thank you. Thank
Big
you.
companies will be paying more.
Thank you.
They
Thank you
mentioned
very
it.
much, Mr. Mohammad Abdul Odud. Mr. Shamik Ghosh, do you think nationalizing everything would be a good idea, or do you think it is actually a fantasy? It won't be possible considering the sort of competitive capitalist world we live in. What do you think of it?
So I think certain sections, if you speak to a lot of people, they will say where there is a corporate or capitalistic monopoly, those sectors are probably better served in the public hands. For example, the railways. I think most people in this country are going into the view that the railways are better run by the government for the social good, because you don't have any competition in the railways per se. You have only one track, you have only one carriage, and that particular company charges whatever it wants to charge, and you can't move to another train operator. But going back to your point about, can we nationalize, where does the money come from? The amount of money needed is huge, and the way that money can come
Why
is
do you
from.
think so there are other countries.
Indeed,
They are doing it.
but here the difference is the other countries, they are not going from a private to the government. So there's two mechanisms by which the private companies can be owned by government. One is the government goes out and buys this company out at the market price by buying its shares, pretty expensive, or it just creates a legislation whereby it says, I'm fixing a price which is much lower than what the market price is, but you know what, I'm nationalizing this particular industry. The effect of that is going to hit normal, normal people on the road. How? Because most people have a pension, and these pensions are invested in various companies, and some of those companies are companies such as railway companies, are companies such as British Telecom, are companies such as British Gas, so on and so forth. Now, either the government pays the market price, which is a very high amount, and takes this into public ownership,
The deficit.
or it says, I'm nationalizing at a much lower price, which means your pension fund gets hit, which means your pension reduces. Now, there's another aspect. So, my learned co-panelist mentioned about, tax money is one way of raising the funds required. The other one is borrowing, debt, right? And from my understanding, John McDonnell has said he's going to borrow money only for investment, not for your day-to-day expenditure.
Right.
So on that basis, my understanding is if there's going to be a nationalization, that money is going to be raised by borrowing in the debt markets, which is, and this is what the electorate have to be very conscious and aware of. The borrowing has to be paid back. Now, there is an economic concept wherein right now we are in terms of real interest rates, we are in negative interest rate territory. So there are economists who say, if you want to borrow, now is the best time to borrow. Because if you look at the net present value of the money that you're borrowing and what you have to repay, you probably will repay less than what you have borrowed. But definitely the effect of a massive debt on the UK balance sheet will and could have an impact on the overall outlook of the UK's economy.
Right. Mr. Samik, if I translate what you say, if I translate for
Sure,
our
please
viewers
do.
what you said, আপনি বলছেন যে পেনশনার যারা আছে যাদের পেনশন ফান্ড বিভিন্ন সেক্টরে আপনার
ইনভেস্ট
করা হয়েছে ওইটা এফেক্টেড হবে বিকজ আইদার গভর্নমেন্টের অনেক টাকা দিয়ে হয়তোবা ওইটা মার্কেট লেভেল করতে হবে, আদারওয়াইজ লোয়ার লেভেল যদি হয়, কম টাকায় যদি শেয়ারটা পড়ে যায়, তো সেই ক্ষেত্রে তো দেখা যাবে পেনশনাররা এটা তাদের একটা ইস্যু হবে। এবং আপনি বলছিলেন যে this is the good time to, in many ways this is the good time to borrow money for investment if it is just for investment, but কত টাকাটা কত, এটা তো একটা বড় ব্যাপার।
And I mean, just to give a simple example, ধরে নিন কারোর পেনশনে 100 pounds আছে একটা পেনশন ফান্ডে, ওই 100 pounds has been invested in the shares of British Gas as an example. So 100, let's say the British Gas share right now is £1 per share. So 100 pounds gives you 100 shares. Now, if the UK government decide করলো যে আমরা British Gas কে nationalize করবো, যদি UK government 100 pounds এ কিনে নেয়, then fine, I'm not that impacted. But if under nationalization the government goes, no, I will not pay 100 pounds, I'll pay X pound, and that X is less than 100,
তখন এটার ইমপ্যাক্ট
আমার ইম্প্যাক্ট হলো, কারণ কি আমার 100 পাউন্ডটা এখন হট করে কমে গেল।
রাইট।
সো দ্যাট ইজ সামথিং which
এটা কিভাবে ব্যালেন্স করা যায়? দিনার হোসেন, আপনার কোনো সাজেশন আছে এটা কিভাবে ব্যালেন্স করা যায়? উনি কিন্তু ওনার পয়েন্ট থেকে হি মেড ইট কোয়াইট ক্লিয়ার যে টাকার হিসাবটা কিভাবে কাজ করে। আমরা একটা ব্রেক থেকে এসে আপনার কথাটা শুনে we need to go for a quick break. Once we come back, I promise I'll give you floor so that you can explain to our voters. Thank you so much. সুপ্রিয় দর্শক, আজকে কমিউনিটি ম্যাটার্সে আমরা কথা বলছি ভেরি ইম্পর্টেন্ট টপিক, ইউকে জেনারেল ইলেকশন 2019। আমরা যাবো একটা বিরতিতে, আমাদের সাথেই থাকুন।